Ever wondered how the world's deadliest conqueror started his journey? Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was born around 1162. His birth took place along the banks of the Onon River, and his name, meaning of iron or blacksmith, foretold his unyielding strength. Life on the Mongolian steppe was brutal and unforgiving. After the rival Tatars poisoned his father, Genghis was just 9 when his family was expelled from their tribe. Left to fend for themselves, his mother raised her 7 children in the harsh wilderness. Genghis honed his survival skills, hunting and foraging, possibly even killing his own half-brother over a food dispute. Abduction, slavery, and a daring escape marked his teenage years. Yet through hardship, he emerged as a formidable warrior. By his early 20s, Genghis Khan had rallied an army of supporters, forged alliances with key tribe leaders, and consolidated the steppe confederations under his rule, and so the birth of a conqueror was complete. For such a dominant figure, Genghis Khan remains a mystery. The man who carved out one of the largest empires in history is shrouded in enigma. When it comes to his personal life or even his physical appearance, the details are scarce. There are no surviving contemporary portraits or sculptures of him. The accounts that we do have are often contradictory or unreliable. Some describe him as tall and strong with a flowing mane of hair and a bushy beard. Others depict him as a man of average height with a high-bridged nose and a piercing gaze. Some even suggest he had red hair and green eyes. Yet, these descriptions are based on second-hand sources or pure conjecture. The truth is, we may never know what Genghis Khan really looked like, or the intimate details of his personal life. Despite the lack of personal details, Genghis Khan's influence on history is undeniable. Genghis Khan's reign was marked by relentless conquest and expansion. This was a man whose thirst for power was as vast as the territories he sought to control. His first major triumph came with the unification of all Mongol and Turkic tribes in Mongolia and southern Siberia. This was not a small feat. It required strategic alliances, shrewd diplomacy, and when necessary, ruthless warfare. But the Great Khan's ambitions did not stop at the borders of his homeland. His eldest son, Yokhi, led a campaign to subjugate the Siberian forest people, extending the reach of the Mongol Empire to the north. The Uryankai, the Oirats, Baga, Khakas, Buryats, Tuvans, Koritumed, and Yenisei Kyrgyz all became subjects to the Mongol power, organized into 3 formidable military divisions known as Tumens. When we talk about the scale of Genghis Khan's empire, it's important to grasp the enormity of it. At its peak, the Mongol Empire controlled between 11 and 12 million contiguous square miles. To put that into perspective, it's an area about the size of the entire continent of Africa. Yet, with this vast expansion came an equally vast human cost. While it's impossible to confirm the exact death toll, historians estimate it to be around 40 million. The population of China alone plummeted by tens of millions during the Khan's lifetime. His war with the Khwarezmid Empire may have wiped out 3/4 of modern-day Iran's population. All told, the Mongol attacks may have reduced the entire world population by as much as 11%. The conquests of Genghis Khan were not just about territorial expansion, they were about power, control, and the establishment of one of the most extensive empires in human history. These conquests also brought about cultural exchange and trade, but at a horrifying human cost. The Mongol conquests under Genghis Khan were some of the deadliest the world has ever seen. The death of Genghis Khan, like his life, is shrouded in mystery. The man who dominated the world stage with his ruthless conquests exited it in the manner that has intrigued historians for centuries. The traditional narrative suggests he died in 1227 from injuries after falling from his horse. However, this tale, like many aspects of his life, is not without its challenges. Some speculate that he succumbed to malaria, while others argue it was an arrow wound to the knee that sealed his fate. One particularly sensational account even claims that he was murdered in a failed attempt to force himself on a Chinese princess. Regardless of the circumstances of his death, it's the secrecy surrounding his burial that truly fascinates. The Great Khan, in his typical strategic fashion, ensured his final resting place would remain unknown. Legend has it that his funeral procession would slaughter anyone they encountered on their journey, eradicating potential witnesses to his burial. To further conceal his grave, it is said they repeatedly rode horses over the burial site, obliterating any traces of a tomb. Today, despite numerous expeditions and countless theories, the exact location of Genghis Khan's tomb remains a tantalizing mystery. Most believe it to be somewhere around the Mongolian mountain Burkhan Khaldun, a place held sacred by the Khan. Yet, without concrete evidence, this remains but a theory in a sea of speculation. Despite the enigma surrounding his death and burial, the legacy of Genghis Khan is undeniable. His strategic brilliance in warfare, his creation of the largest contiguous land empire in history, and his influence on the world stage are unparalleled. His reign, though marked by brutality, changed the course of history and reshaped the world as we know it. Genghis Khan's death, much like his life, remains a mystery, yet his influence echoes throughout history, a testament to his power and strategic brilliance. So who was Genghis Khan? A man of humble beginnings, enduring the harsh reality of life on the Mongolian steppe. Orphaned at a young age, he faced adversity, yet managed to establish himself as a formidable warrior and leader in his early 20s. His strategic acumen allowed him to consolidate the steppe confederations under his rule, laying the foundation for one of the largest empires in history. He was a conqueror, feared and revered, his dominions stretching from Mongolia to southern Siberia, an area as vast as Africa. His rule, however, was marked by bloodshed, with the death toll possibly reaching 40 million, significantly reducing the world's population. His personal life and physical appearance remain a mystery, with no contemporary portraits or reliable descriptions. Even his death is shrouded in mystery, from alleged injuries from a fall to possible murder. His tomb, hidden to this day, adds to the enigma. Genghis Khan, a name that embodies power, strategy, and mystery, continues to fascinate us centuries after his death.